morning to all of you. Dr. Sitaram has eloquently already described about various activities which the Ministry of Education is doing as well as AICT is doing, whereby we are talking about how K-12 and beyond we are going to translate our education, transform our education in the next 20-25 years and this Amrut Kal. There is a clear roadmap which is available. My task is made simpler because we all talk about in national education policy and otherwise, equity is very important. We also talk about affordability in education. We also talk about quality of education, excellence in education, and also accountability in education. These are all standard 5 pillars of education which we are describing. And when I was watching the Featherlight video advertisement, I saw all of that. There is a lot of flexibility involved, a lot of choice for you. There is equity because it is affordable furniture. It is of high quality and excellence, and they take care of accountability of taking care of their customers. So I think if you look at that video, it encompasses all of that: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability in that video itself. So I think we need to learn lessons from even small advertisements. I think that was the message which I could get. Secondly, we talk about K-12. So the preparation for higher education starts from K-12. At the fag end, Dr. Sitaram also talked about artificial intelligence. Dr. Batra, Anurag, have been advocating that the intelligence is available in AI, which is from machine learning, which is based on the previous data. So it learns from the previous data and then it tries to take the decision. But it can never compare or overshadow the human intelligence itself, because it is the human intelligence which has created the artificial intelligence. And therefore, all the other panelists who are going to speak after me, 4 of them, and there must be equity, because if more time is taken by only one person, there may be a problem for others. And secondly, as far as the human capital is involved in this room, I know there are 20-odd speakers from higher education, including IIM directors, some of the eminent deans from different institutions, and also 14-odd experts from the school education sector. So the total intelligence level of this room is far superior to that of the artificial intelligence, in my opinion. Well, taken forward, as far as the education is concerned, we need to create for higher education foundation from the school education. And thankfully, there are school education sector people here. The change that has happened in the NEP 2020 is, instead of 10+2 system, talking about 5+3 plus 3 plus 4. The first 5 years are very, very interesting and foundational ones through games, toys, and also stories. How we can create true inquisitiveness, what in scientific terms we say scientific temper, has to be developed right at the age of, say, 3, 4, 5, etc. Secondly, Dr. Sitaram also discussed about teaching and learning in mother tongue. That is what is very important in the early childhood education. And there is already a Jadui Pitara created by the school education, various useful tools which are there. It's a trunk like a structure in which there are a huge number of games and stories which are embedded in that. The child, as soon as that box is opened, will get excited about it and starts asking queries, questions to the teacher. And that is very fundamental, because of late, our students have stopped asking questions and our teachers have stopped answering questions, actually. So they normally snub the students if they ask some difficult questions to the teacher. And therefore, the spirit of inquiry, spirit of asking questions has to be created amongst the faculty first and then in terms of the students themselves. So this Jadui Pitara and the first 5 years of foundational learning, both in mother tongue, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, because there are many people who are not Kannadigas. So हिंदी में बता रहा हूँ कि अपने अपने भाषा में शिक्षा होनी चाहिए, इसके बारे में जोर दिया गया. लेकिन हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक्स अंग्रेजी में है सारे, इंजीनियरिंग के, मेडिसिन के, लॉ के. तो इसीलिए AICT ने अनुवादिनी नाम का एक टूल को बनाया है जो ट्रांसलेट करता है भारतीय 13 भाषाओं में, from English into 13 different languages, including Kannada, of course, and Hindi and Tamil and Telugu and Bengali and Assamese and Punjabi and Odia and all of them. Once it is available, students will be able to read, write, and many of them who have come from their 10th, 12th standard from the local medium, that is mother tongue, they find it difficulty in higher education. They don't understand sometimes the lectures given, and therefore the Universal Human Values Program, which Dr. Sitharam referred, is very important for students to become collaborative, to understand the difficulties of each other, solve their difficulties. Thereby, empathy is created among students. I think these are all characteristic features of creating honesty, integrity among students right from the very first year. If that happens, they will really be doing phenomenally good work in the future. So that is one part of the story from the school education. But at the same time, skill development and skilling and vocational education is also important, not just in the higher education. Starting from the 6th standard, giving them exposure to a variety of skill sets. It's not just carpentry or welding or electronics technician, but also AI, machine learning is also given to the high school student. And if such students come to higher education, they are very well grounded. They have got quite a good amount of exposure of the new technologies that are emerging. I'm sure that such students will do phenomenally good work in terms of innovation and research. And thankfully, in the last 7 years, from 81st position, we have already come to 40th position in the International Innovation Index in the world. In many indexes, our global indices fall. They are not good. They may be lopsided in different terms in terms of evaluation. But as far as innovation is concerned, we have been rising and rising. As far as research is concerned, we are already 3rd largest research producing country. But still, the challenge is, are these all in the high impact journals? We are still in the 3rd or 4th quartile journals. We should reach the 1st quartile journal. And therefore, a lot of training for faculty, for research, all of this is important. Many a times, if some of the faculty members are found caught in plagiarism, it is not only sad for that faculty, it is sad for that university, but more importantly, it spoils the name of our nation. Please remember that, therefore, honesty and integrity in even research publication is important. Maybe 1 or 2 papers will be less, doesn't matter, but I will never compromise on that, is the spirit which we have to bring in. And all of this starts from school education onwards and the Universal Human Values Program, which I talked about. Sitharam also referred already about APAR ID and ABC. That's very important. APAR is Automated Permanent Academic Account Registry, which is exactly similar to the Aadhaar. And in fact, at the back end, it takes care of Aadhaar so that uniqueness is created. No single student will get 2 IDs, nor 2 students will get the same ID. Thereby, when it is unique, each of the universities can push the credits earned by the students into the academic bank of credits through their controller of examination or registrar, whoever they are given the authority. Thereby, this is a record which is a standard, accepted, validated, truthful record. Therefore, you don't require hard copy of the certificates when you go from one place to the other place, whether it is for transfers, for higher education, for employment, for taking loan from somewhere. So your credentials are verified, tested, which are available in the what we call DigiLocker platform in the academic bank of credits. Some university may accept them as credits in the transcript, part of the degree program. Some of them may not, but still it will build the CV of the candidate and he will be able to, or she will be able to claim the requirements. And today it's being opened up to courses from not only government institutions under SWAYAM, but any other institution in the country or elsewhere. Once they are registered, they are all accepted. So this is a very important change which has happened, and I'm sure you will all be able to make use of it. As far as our management education is concerned, most of you are from management schools. We always talk about VUCA world, and VUCA was found not only in finance and economics, whenever there were issues related with, I don't want to name the bank which created havoc actually last decade and a half ago, but this term has come much before that. And today we observed in the last 3 years during the pandemic also, there was always volatility, there was uncertainty, there was complexity involved, and therefore we were all having a lot of challenges. So I've been advocating, why don't you reverse the letters, VUCA. A is, we say, we must change to adaptability, accountability, adaptability. If you do that, and the next word is C. If you are collaborative, if you are cooperative, if you have that commitment of all C's, and then if you are unified and put in your untiring efforts, that we becomes volatile and it will evaporate and you will become victorious. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.